Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp. And once again, it is Friday. Hope you had a good week, this week. Ready for the weekend. I'm about to get hit with a huge storm, so hopefully the power doesn't go out on me. Which has happened before during the live stream. Don't forget to turn the chat onto live chat so you can actually see what everyone's saying, since a lot of you are naughty children and Papa YouTube is none too happy with you. Don't forget, super chats will activate the super chat jukebox.
America. Dude, you understand?
Uh-oh.
America. My point is America's first.
Well,
America. What the hell, man?
it's a good way to start this off. It spoiled the surprise, but hopefully you just weren't paying attention to that. I wonder why it went to the wrong one. It's always something, you know? It's always something. So anyway, yeah, my point was threw off my groove there already. It seems like that happens a lot, but that's neither here nor there. All right, if you don't want to use the super chats, you can always send some to the PayPal. Link in the description. And of course, check out the merch. And as far as merch goes, big news, you guys. I'm going to be starting my first AR-15 build soon. And in honor of that, starting next month, gonna have a whole bunch of new Be Armed, Be Dangerous, Be Moral merch coming out. Some people were asking to bring it back, so I'm gonna bring it back and have a lot more guns available. Well, really, it's just 4 guns, but initially there was only one gun, so that's a lot more. I guess since I already ruined the surprise, well, I guess not ruined the surprise, but for some reason the super chat pulled up the return of Based Grandpa. So, Based Grandpa, if you don't remember, well, he's an old man and he's really based. I'm not sure I need much more of an introduction for that, so take it away, Based Grandpa.
You know, I get asked a lot out there, where does all your confidence come from? Where did you find your self-confidence? I didn't fucking find it. I earned it. It comes with self-respect. At my age and the life I've lived, I'm now the veteran of 10,000 challenges. Most of them I overcame because of my tenacity and stubbornness. But some of them I failed at. And a few, well, I failed so fucking badly at that I found myself face first in the dirt, spitting up my own blood in front of my own peers. But those were the good times. Because that's where I really learned who I was and how to draw my inner strength. To realize that I am one tough son of a bitch because I proved it to myself. So I earned my self-respect. And I earned my self-esteem. And I earned my fucking sense of self-worth. Now, to each and every one of you, get off the fucking couch, get out there, grab life by the horns, and live it to the fullest. Don't ask me where my self-confidence came from. Earn yours. I love each and every one of you. Stay the course.
Absolutely Based Grandpa. And Based Grandpa has been allowed back on TikTok. So I think for the foreseeable future, Based Grandpa will once again be a staple of the Friday show. We'll get some wisdom from our Canadian Pop. The man is Canadian, but is more American than at least 80% of Americans nowadays. Absolutely. All right. Let's see if before we go any further, I managed to fix the super chats. All right, here we go. One more time.
You've been the big guy for 6 months now in the White House. Can you take us behind the
There we
scenes?
go.
Something that was extraordinary or unusual that happened that stands out to you?
Here's the deal. I want to say, I like to walk out in my robe and go in.
All right. Super chat jukebox back up and running appropriately. All right. You know what time it is. First thing, right off the bat, all the news that was fit to print. Swamp in print. All right. Let's see what we got this week. Fans tell us why they want to cover up their Harry Potter tattoos. Well, I would imagine it's because they were stupid to begin with. When I got my Harry Potter tattoo, I made the gamble that I'd never be embarrassed by my love of the series. Again, that was your first mistake. You shouldn't get something directly from a series or a franchise, but anyway. Now, I and thousands of other people who got the same tattoo as I did are trying to figure out how to cover it up. Oh, cry more. By the time Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling had written a 4,000-word essay describing her bigoted views on trans people on June 10th, she was already on thin ice. God, can you imagine telling an author you're on thin ice with the fandom? After years of post-textual additions to the series and veiled transphobia elsewhere in her, this is some French word. I thought I was reading an American magazine. Newspaper. Being a Harry Potter fan had become tedious and tiresome. I had already been considering covering up my small tattoo of the Deathly Hallows symbol, but for me, the June 10th essay cemented it. My relationship to Harry Potter as an adult was already conflicted. Oh, this is just god-awful. You are a terrible person, I can tell. Now I simply cannot wait to have the marker of my fandom removed from my body. Even the news of an upcoming Harry Potter video game, something I've wanted for years, no longer brings me any joy. Jeez. Yeah, you are long overdue to grow the hell up. I can tell you that. All right. What else we got? Gay throuple hopes to be second in U.S. to officially be parents. Wouldn't a couple with 3 people be called a trio? Throuple. There is already a word for 3 people. It's a trio. Anyway, 3 men, of course it's 3 men, are attempting to become just the second throuple in the U.S. to officially be parents to a child. Wow. Ben Rodriguez, Mitch, and Benjamin Rollum are 3 partners who are looking to get all their names on their adopted daughter's birth certificate, a feat only done one other time in the U.S. The fact that this isn't the first time this has been attempted is highly disturbing. We've always believed that to love one person alone was unrealistic, at least the way we saw it, Ben said to The Independent after his relationship with Mitch. We both felt like we just had so much love to give that if there were an opportunity ever to bring a third person to our relationship, we would completely be open to that. Man. I can't continue down this based off of the pictures that I'm seeing here. 3 grown men and an infant daughter. This is god-awful. Let's go to the next one. Woke Grease prequel series features marginalized lead characters, focuses on sexuality, gender expression, and racial identity. I do not want to know what woke Grease is. Do not get woke Grease anywhere near me. On Thursday, a prequel series to the 1978 musical Grease hit streaming service Paramount Plus called Grease: Rise of the Pink Ladies, which promised fans of the fun, snappy original a tale about racial identity, sexual orientation, and gender expression. Wow, they are really breaking the mold with this one. You telling me they're bringing back an old classic and making it woke? Man, impressive. According to the Daily Mail, the new show is a, quote, woke TV reboot that will see the classic musical itself around, or see, what the, I hate the way that people, journalists write. Let's try, quote, woke TV reboot that will see the classic musical itself around a multicultural and all-female lineup. Or, oh my god, I can't finish this paragraph. That is too annoying. Periods in the wrong place, and god, why does everyone do that? The series has a mix of familiar songs being sung with new renditions. Wow, people are gonna love that. Alongside all new tunes. Like Grease, the new show features a song and dance number in the school's auto body shop. Instead of Danny Zuko leading his T-Birds in the song, the tune will be headed by a, quote, gender non-conforming, non-binary trans. Holy crap. It sounds like they're going to knock this one out of the park. This is exactly what people have been begging for. Florida's anti-trans laws could completely wipe out LGBTQ clinics. Is that where they make the gays? At an LGBTQ clinic? After nurse practitioner Joey Knoll struggled to get adequate health care as a gay man, he decided to start his own clinic that would offer LGBTQ patients effective and safe health care. I'm always skeptical when they say I was unable to get adequate health care. I have a feeling we're not going to agree on that. Quote, my goal was to create a way to provide LGBTQ people with care so they'd be comfortable talking about their health needs and wouldn't avoid certain topics because of fear of judgment from healthcare providers. Yeah, doc. See, I got monkeypox. I really don't want to talk about how I got it. Noel founded Spectrum Health in 2018, and trans medicine has been a... Uh-oh. The article reloaded. Man, tonight it's been rough. Okay, trans medicine, and Noel says, I've always recognized that as much as I struggled with access to healthcare, it hasn't compared to how hard it is for trans people. I know. It's just brutal. At least 15 states have passed gender-affirming care bans, but Florida Republicans, led by Governor Ron DeSantis, has pursued one of the most aggressive anti-trans agendas in the country. Such bans are driving healthcare providers out of Florida at a time when the state is in desperate need of more. Oh, man. I'm trying to see if it actually mentions this healthcare that he wasn't able to get that was actually really needed. I guess it's just giving people hormones. It's particularly disturbing to me that I run a practice that serves the needs of thousands of transgender patients across Florida, both adolescents and adults. Well, that is disturbing to me as well, but I have a feeling this is not where you meant to end the sentence. All of them are going to lose access to care if these bills are passed, including me. I really would like some explanation as to what this care is that a gay man isn't going to be able to get, but I also just don't care. Up next, why so many top Republicans want to go to war in Mexico. An astonishingly bad idea that's gotten popular very quickly. I find this hard to believe. I'm willing to bet that we're about to read something that is wildly mischaracterized. One of the hottest new ideas in Republican politics is launching a war in Mexico. 3 articles in Rolling Stone, Politico, and Vox trace the rise of the proposal from obscurity to the party's highest levels, finding ample evidence of the idea's popularity in the GOP ranks. Former President Donald Trump, for example, has been asking for a battle plan to attack Mexico. Oh, I get it. I see what they're doing. Specifically targeting drug cartels. I would say this headline is slightly misleading. Why so many top Republicans want to go to war? So stop not wanting cartels to bring drugs to your country is now going to war with Mexico. Just our journalists having a regular day, as always. You know, we might have to retire Swamp and Print at some point because, man, reading these journalists is just unbelievable. So it seems like unintentionally, one of the themes for tonight is based grandpas. I'd found that based Canadian grandpa was back on TikTok. And then I also found this amazing clip of yet another absolutely based grandpa. The based grandpas are finally speaking out, ladies and gentlemen. It's about time. If the millennials aren't going to do it, someone's got to do it. Oh, I think I do it all the time, but anyway, check out this absolutely based grandpa who just will not dance with a transgender woman. It's fantastic.
Why don't we just pair up?
I'm not into touching, okay? I'm not. Let me put that out front. I'm no touching, no touching.
No touching. I won't touch you. I was paired up with Isaac. He was like, no touching. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
The music will start. The boys will turn around. So,
Right.
gentlemen, let's turn. Gorgeous. And then we start walking.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then maybe let's look at the gentleman. Gentlemen, you guys can acknowledge us. Ooh, who is this? Cool.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a man of God. I can't do this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I love those people. I pray for them. I would never do anything to hurt them or condemn them. But men are not supposed to dress like women. I'm not going to go along with that. It's time to stand up and be a man of God.
Why don't we just pair up?
Absolutely yet another based grandpa. And one of the things that I think is really interesting about this clip is the response that people have had to it, where, I mean, of course, the people who are the sane people are saying, what an absolute legend. Well done. But it's interesting to see the people on the left who take what he said and they're incredibly offended by this, which I just do not understand at all, because isn't he also exercising his right to do and say what he wants to, live his truth, as it were? I mean, he's even actually being nice to them. He's just saying, I can't participate in this. Here's why. I'm going to leave now. I just can't imagine why anyone would have a problem with this. And a side note, we got this, for some reason, George Takei is here, and he was very upset when this guy walked off. Watch his reaction. It's hilarious.
I can't do this.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. George Takei, very unhappy. But why would anyone, regardless of their religion, not want to dance with such a beautiful group of women? I mean, what is this guy's problem? If that's not wife material, I don't know what is. And, just fantastic, fantastic stuff. So thank you. Thank you to all the based grandpas out there. You guys are doing the Lord's work. Now, on to a not so based grandpa.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
So, in a speech earlier this week, to no one's surprise, Joe Biden isn't really great at spelling. See if you can catch it. You know, it's quick, it's subtle. It takes a big brain to catch these types of gaffes because he hardly ever makes them.
But we have 1,000 billionaires in America. You know the average tax rate they pay? 8%. 8%. But you have.
Did you miss it? It's subtle. It's subtle.
Billionaires in America. You know the average tax rate they pay? 8%.
So he's out here. He's paying percent, I guess. Absolutely not based, Grandpa.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
In more gun-related news this week, some group called March 4th, spelled like the date. I don't really know what this group is. Just another one of the anti-gun lobbies. Says, we have one mission to federally ban assault weapons. They're gonna get the assault weapons. Look out! And by the way, get the new merch when it comes out. Get rid of the scary assault weapons. They put out this advertisement, or not, video saying, so it says here, veterans know the power of assault weapons firsthand, and they agree there is no reason anyone other than military and law enforcement should have them. Well, they agree. The veterans agree. And you guys like veterans, right? Aren't you the gung-ho American guys? You love the veterans. Yeah, not if they're absolutely retarded. Because anyone can be. In any group at any time, anyone can be absolutely dumb as a box of rocks. And I'm sorry, but someone who's advocating for them to have access to weapons and not me is a person that I will not trust with anything. I won't even ask them to, watch my water bottle, while I go to the bathroom or something. I cannot trust this person as far as I can throw them. So here is their amazing video saying that we need to ban assault rifles or assault weapons, which they never really define because the weapons they talk about, it's the usual dreck that we get. So here's some veterans that you would hope are not still serving because they're the ones coming after you first when the government tells them to.
I served in the U.S. Army.
I served in the Navy.
Air Force. Marine Corps. Hoorah.
I was a 31 Bravo military police officer.
Security Forces. 82nd Airborne.
Radio operator.
SEAL Team 1.
I was stationed at Camp Anaconda in Iraq.
In Afghanistan.
Vietnam.
My service weapon was an M4 assault rifle.
My service weapon was an M16.
It's basically the same. You know what? It is the same.
As the AR-15.
Same weapon that's killed hundreds of people in the deadliest mass shootings in America.
I know the power of this weapon firsthand.
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 And there is no reason
why anyone other than military and law enforcement should have an assault weapon like this.
I fought for this country.
I believe in the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms.
But that was created 200 years ago.
Guns have changed a lot since then.
High-powered, rapid-fire assault rifles like the AR-15 are meant for one thing.
One thing.
One thing.
That's not something I want in my country.
My name is Corporal Aiken.
My name is Specialist LaHaye.
Petty Officer, Second Class Day.
Corporal Williams.
Sergeant Yen.
Airman Batesel.
Staff Sergeant Houseman.
Corporal Henderson.
Staff Sergeant Sason.
Corporal De Jesus.
Specialist Delta.
Captain Vernier.
Senior Airman Rice.
Specialist Parker.
Petty Officer Williams.
My name is Sergeant Bell, and I support the ban on military-style assault rifles and safer gun laws in this country.
So this may come as a shock to some people, but I do not agree with the sentiment expressed here. Oh, man. How about this? I want one. You can just F right off. That's really all that needs to be said. This is I want one. It's America. I'm allowed to have one. Don't care what you say. And how can you honestly feel comfortable with saying the military and law enforcement are the only ones who should have these weapons? What? Did you learn that at your Hitler Youth summer camp? Where are you getting your information from? You can just go right back to authoritarian fascist town and you can leave America. How about that? But actually, you know what, guys? I'm afraid I may have jumped the gun on this one. I'm receiving some new information, new data. I'm getting right now in real time video footage of the effects of one bullet from an AR-15. I think I'm reformed. We should ban these. Shocking stuff. Actually, I'm all for it. I had no idea how bad these things were. No. Actually, I want a tank. And if I could get my hands on one, a nuclear warhead. Whatever it is. Oh, man. All right. Does anyone here remember Just Stop Oil? The amazing activist group that was doing things like gluing themselves to paintings, blocking the road, generally getting arrested for being a pain in the ass to everyone around them, and actively making people not want to save the planet because of just how brutally stupid they are. Well, they're at it again. Just Stop Oil, who says that they are ordinary people demanding the UK government immediately halt all new oil and gas consents and licenses. They interrupted what is called a snooker match game. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with snooker. I've seen it apparently in movies, but I'm not familiar with this game. I'm sorry if that makes me seem like less of a man to anybody. I play regular billiards, not this crazy thing that's going on here. But it says here, at around 7:20 p.m., two Just Stop Oil supporters disrupted the World Snooker Championship at the Crucible Theater in Sheffield. Fantastic. Let's take a look at this. I'm sure this is going to get people on their side like never before.
I don't quite know what that was for. Terrible scenes here at the Crucible. I don't quite know.
Now, it sounds like already, just right off the bat, they are not gaining any supporters with this move. Not in the slightest. And as stupid and annoying as this is, at least they're not attempting to destroy priceless works of art for once. And honestly, one of the most annoying things that came out of this is a man named Sean Murphy, former world snooker champion. What he had to say about this, because, man, apparently he's all for it. I've never really ever seen any kind of snooker. It feels wrong to say. In American English, saying snooker feels inappropriate, but I will never watch this now after listening to this guy. If this is a world champion, what an absolute beta.
And Sean Murphy, world snooker champion in 2005. And what did you make of it, Sean?
I'm an expert on snooker. I am not an expert on climate change. But when I tune in and watch or listen to people who are, they all say that, we are hurtling towards problems. And some commentators...
Just a side note real quick. I feel the need to point out whenever something happens, the clear difference between men and women. Because this was the female attempt to get on the table. She never quite made it there. And well, you saw how how successful the guy was. I mean, he definitely was able to. He was able to get it done. Just saying, it's just something that for some reason needs to be mentioned nowadays. Even among ridiculous loser climate activists, men and women are still different. Who would have thought? Anyway, take it away, Sean Murphy. Sorry.
But when I tune in and watch or listen to people who are, they all say that, we are hurtling towards problems. And some commentators would even suggest that we have gone past the point of no return. And as I say, I am not an expert on that at all. Mm-hmm. But you only have to watch one of Sir David Attenborough's shows, and he comes in at the end and tells us how much trouble we're all in and what we need to do with the planet and stuff. These people do know what they're talking about, and they tell us that we need to be doing more. So it is, after all, just a game of snooker.
And Sean Murphy, well,
yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. These people do not know what they're talking about. They never have, and they never will, because they are retarded. But we do have some amazing footage, just so we can see them get what they deserve, as they all should. Them getting walked out and being arrested. Apparently, they still do enforce some laws in this absolute disaster of a country.
Mary, you fucking idiot. Absolute fucking bellend. Look at you. You're about this than you are about fucking bellend.
Look at you.
Don't make it worse. Don't make it happen. Fucking idiot. You absolute idiot.
Wanker.
What are you proving? What are you proving?
Criminal damage.
Enough.
It doesn't sound like anyone is really on board with this, except for a world championship of the game himself, which is just a little bit ridiculous. It is always nice to see them get what they deserve at the end, though. I'm sure this has bolstered their numbers. I can feel it. The climate is already changing. It's currently pouring down rain here right now. I assume that's only because of their actions. Beautiful and brave. Beautiful and brave. All right, on to the Twitter thread of the week. So I think the most alarming thing about this Twitter thread of the week is that there are people out there apparently who were not aware that Canada is woke. I don't know what you have to have been doing in your life to not know this, but apparently this is breaking news to some people that Canada has gone woke, as if they haven't been woke for a very long time. I guess some people are only just now finally paying attention. But here is an amazing piece of footage and an amazing moment for all of Canada, really. Violence against women is still prevalent in our society. Hope in Heels is an event that spreads awareness on violence against women while encouraging men and boys to be part of the solution. We wore their signature pink heels in support. So you can see here, there's a bunch of men walking around in pink heels. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, this is it. This is it, you guys. They stopped it. The violence against women destroyed. Absolutely nailing it. You know, surprisingly, some people thought that this was extremely stupid. Which I can't believe. But the guy who posted this thinks that it's great. Now that I have your attention, violence against women comes in all forms, not just physical. Men, starting with me, need to be aware of the consequences of our actions. Wow, what have you done, Omar? Or what are you guilty of? Starting with you? Yeah. But absolutely, surprisingly, some people were not into this. This circus is not helping women in any way, shape, or form. It's men having a goddamn laugh. Male violence against women is not a laughing matter. Well, you know, I mean, the other part, I mean, depends on the context, but yes, this is totally a circus, I believe. You are correct on that one. We're really just high heels and dresses to you guys, huh? Congrats. It is interesting, isn't it? Hey, dude, let's all dress like women to show everyone how woke we are. We should probably do it too, like raise awareness about lady things. This is great. Men doing drag light doesn't exactly say, be confident of our ability to protect you in public as you go about your lives, ladies. That is an excellent point. That's what women need. Laws and norms punishing acronym. I don't know what the acronym is. I'm not up to date on my male violence against women, maybe? Laws and norms punishing violence harshly. Protection. We're physically weaker, not because we wear heels. So there you go. Canada holding it down just the same as they always have. Fantastic. Thank you for that, Canada. Violence against women destroyed. Now, we had a pretty wild TikTok Tuesday this week, to say the least. And this week's winner was a beautiful and brave soul who goes by he, they pronouns, who believes that he has dissociative identity disorder and is also transgender and non-binary, and also identifies as an overweight person who wears a 5 to 7XL. That is a lot of information. There's a lot going on here. So here's an awesome video of Harrison. And again, this is a biological female that has done this to herself. Here is Harrison explaining how going to the thrift store and being fat is traumatic in some way, shape, or form. Oh man. This is something else, man. There's a lot going on here. Let's see if I can get this full screen. Here we go. Harrison, take it away.
That being said about thrift stores, someone donated a bunch of 5XL Hawaiian shirts. I only took 2 because I don't take from the people, but they're really fun. This is the other one I got. It's the same brand as a 7XL sweater I got over 10 years ago that I still have. Made a video a little while ago showing some repairs they did to it.
Jeez.
Bunch of flowers, bowling shit. Very fun.
Not super fun, I gotta tell you. Now, for some reason, that video has been edited. If you remember from TikTok Tuesday when we watched that, this abomination of a human being went on a rant about how you shouldn't hide your clothes in the plus size section or something. Interesting. I don't know why this has changed. Oh, here we go. I was wrong. It was actually 2 videos. I thought they were, forgive me for, kind of losing my mind when I watch these people, so consistently. But here's Harrison explaining the trauma of finding those, 5XL and 7XL clothing at the thrift store.
Dear skinny people, when you're shopping at thrift stores, it is not okay to just put your finds in the fat section to save for later. Most thrift stores have a hold function. You just have to talk to someone. What's not an actual function of a thrift store is you putting your finds you want to save for later because maybe daddy's coming in a few hours or you get paid tomorrow. You putting that in the fat section so the fat people won't take it because it won't fit them. That must sound like a wonderful solution to you, but you know what that does to fat people who are already shopping in a section with limited options? They see something cool and wonderful. Oh my god, I might want that. And then it's a size small. Our options are already incredibly limited at a thrift store. And then you do that shit.
My heart goes out to you.
You are guaranteeing that you are triggering or re-traumatizing a fat person. And that might sound extreme to you, but it's fucking not. Every time we go shopping, we are re-traumatized and triggered by this kind of shit. The fat section is not a holding rack.
So that's Harrison, the winner of TikTok Tuesday. Now, I'm genuinely wondering, we're re-traumatized. So you're saying that even just being reminded of the fact that you are not the size of a normal human being is traumatizing? Is that what Harrison is saying here? Is that what she's trying to communicate to us? Because that sounds like a you problem. And it sounds like a you problem that you can fix. Not easily. It's not going to be easy. I'm consistently trying to lose weight, get back into shape. But at least I'm not starting from the level of a 7XL. Damn, girl. Get it together.
Obvious the government wants TikTok on because it's the only news source not on their payroll, and we can incite change faster than they can censor us, and that's a problem for them. We already know y'all bringing back Jim Crow laws as y'all pipeline and try and put us back on a plantation.
All right, now that we've gone over that, I hope you weren't eating while we did that. Oh, now that we've gone over that, I think it's actually fairly important that we answer a very serious question, and one that I think you've probably wondered about me ever since you found this channel. And the question is, are you ableist? I know, it's been on everyone's minds. Before we get into this, remember, Super Chats activate the Super Chat jukebox. If you don't want to use YouTube and give YouTube money, you can always use PayPal, even though they're kind of assholes too. And of course, check out the merch. All links in the description. All right, let's do it. Are you ableist? From the Washington Post. Can you realize when you're being ableist? Even well-meaning people can exhibit unconscious bias against people with disabilities. Ableism is rooted in the assumption that non-disabled people are the ideal. Well, I would think that most disabled people would probably agree with that. But, you know, that's just my ableist opinion. The Washington Post consulted 25 disabled activists and scholars. Oh, well, we already know where this is going. Including representatives from several national disability organizations to create a quiz that can help someone learn more about ableist thinking. Read each example and think about how you would typically react to the situation. Then read how people in the disability community feel about the same scenarios. All right, you ready? You guys ready to take this quiz? Scenario 1. You see a blind woman at a busy intersection with no audible pedestrian signal. What do you do? Well, more than likely, I would just mind my own damn business unless it seemed like she was having a hard time. Then I would offer assistance. But let's see what their options are. Ask her if she would like help. Avoid her. You're not sure how to approach blind people. It seems like they might have an opinion on this one. Introduce yourself and take her arm to help her cross. See, none of these three seem like a normal... I mean, ask her if she would like help would be the most normal one. But like I said, I would probably just mind my own damn business unless it looked like she needed help. Then I would say, you want me to give you a hand? Are you okay? Do you need me to help you out? Or, you know, that's what I would do. But seeing as that's not a answer that I can choose, I'm going to have to go with the obvious ableist answer, which is avoid her because she is a blind bitch. How could I know that was going to be wrong? No one would select that answer. I mean, come on. Avoid her, you're not sure how to approach a blind person? Not quite. This choice suggests you may have biased. Yeah, I'm not going to learn how, since it's very obvious we all knew that was the answer they didn't like. A friend's adult daughter has intellectual disability and is pregnant. Wow, there's a lot going on in that sentence. The family is financially stable. What do you say to your friend? What? This is a weird question. Suggest genetic testing and possible abortion if the child would be similarly disabled. Well, that's the woke one. We know they love that shit. Suggest adoption and ask her if she thought about her daughter's ability to raise a child. Congratulate her and offer support if she needs it. Well, that's the obvious one, right? I mean, that's what, 99% of people would do. No one's going to say suggest genetic testing and possibly abortion if the child would be similarly disabled. No one would say that to their friend. That's a discussion in the family. Again, my answer to this is very similar as the first one. I would mind my own damn business unless they asked me for my opinion. That's what a normal human being would do, and that's what the overwhelming majority of people would do. But since I am also an infamous alt-right neo-Nazi fascist, I am all for eugenics. So we're going to say, suggest genetic testing and possible abortion. That seems the way to go. I got it wrong. Not quite. The choice suggests you may have bias. No. Man, here we go. You're making medical decisions for a friend with life-threatening injuries, but no advance directive. How would you advise doctors? Well, this is a really bizarre, very, very not likely situation. What? This is really weird. Ask for life-saving measures in all situations except brain death. Ask for life-saving measures except for in the case of paralysis from the neck down. Ask for life-saving measures except for in the case of a brain injury and cognitive disability. I wouldn't do any of these. I would not do a single one of these. Again, that's 3 for 3. I would not do any of these. I guess what they would like you to do is say, except in the case of brain death, I guess. This is the one they probably want you to use, maybe. But again, the one is clearly the most wrong that they're going to be the most upset about is ask for life-saving measures except in the case of a brain injury and cognitive disability. No one would say that. No one. Where are they getting these scenarios and possible answers from? Who is doing this? I have no idea. Even this one is kind of weird. Ask for life-saving measures in all situations except for brain death. I guess technically that would be the right way to go. I just highly doubt that anyone would say, like, if you got the call and they're like, we need to know what you think about your friend, which doesn't make any sense. This whole scenario makes no sense. And you'd say, well, make sure you try to save his life unless he's going to be a vegetable. If he's going to be an eggplant, just let him die. It's very strange. It's very strange. Oh, yeah, Majin, you're right. This is Darman for sure. So we're going to go for the one they really don't like. Not quite. This choice suggests you may have bias. You see a story on Facebook about a teen who has cerebral palsy elected prom king. What is your reaction? These are people who watch too many like Disney Channel movies and Darman videos for sure. Absolutely 100%. You share the post because it's heartwarming that teens would elect. Well, first of all, the first obvious thing is this would never happen because I myself am not mentally retarded, so I don't have a Facebook. That's the first thing. Clearly, I am not the disabled one in this scenario. Anyway, you share the post because it's heartwarming that teens would elect him prom king. You find it inspiring that a person can overcome their disability and accomplish great things. You feel happy for the teenage boy and you move on. Again, none of these options are what I would do at all. First of all, you would not catch me on Facebook. Second of all, my honest reaction when I would see this kind of stuff on, any social media at all is to think, God, look at these losers. Not the prom king with cerebral palsy. He's fine. Don't care. Feel bad for him. But the people sharing these posts, I go, what a loser. Loser. Just stop it with your virtue signaling nonsense. So obviously, the one that they're going to be most upset about is you feel happy for the teenage boy and move on. That's the one that's a big no-no. Oh, hey, they liked this one. It's the least biased answer. So they don't want you to acknowledge it. Wow. See, a few years ago, this would not have been the answer. But this actually is what I was talking about. Too many people have started sharing stuff like that, so now it's bad. Before it was good, now it's bad. You see someone on a dating app who is attractive and shares your interests. Then you realize they have a physical disability. What do you do? Well, that could mean a lot of different things. I mean, what kind of physical disability are we talking about here? They're missing their right pinky toe, or they are like severely, severely handicapped. What kind of physical disability are we talking about? That greatly changes the answer. Be honest with yourself. If you don't think you can date someone with a disability, ask them on a date and see where it goes. You realize this person is probably been rejected by others and decide to go on a date. The pity date. Based off of the earlier one, I'm going to say they probably want you to say one of these two, right? Be honest with yourself or ask them on a date and see where it goes. They probably, since they specifically said they wanted you to realize that they're attractive and shares interests, they probably want you to say, ask them on a date and see where it goes. I'm going to guess anyway. So the most wrong one would probably be you realize this person's probably been rejected by others and decide to go on a date. That's probably the wrong one. Yeah, I got it wrong. I was right too. Ask them on a date and see where it goes. That's the one they wanted. Not quite. This choice suggests you may have bias. Man, look at this guy. You found a job candidate with the right experience. Is this the same question as the other one, just about jobs? You find a disabled... What is that? Is that guy from Star Wars that he's dressed like? I don't know. I don't watch Star Wars. You found a job candidate with the right experience. Then they tell you they are deaf and request transcription or interpreting services. What would you do? But he's deaf, but he's got a hearing aid, so he can't be all the way deaf. I mean, he can hear something, right? Yeah, Han Solo, that's the one. We've got Han Solo's disabled cousin here. Asked if they can do the interview without these accommodations. Cancel the interview. You feel bad about it, but you don't think a deaf person could do the job. Call human resources to help set up the requested accommodations. Again, none of these are anything that I would do. I wouldn't do any of these things. So, let's see, cancel the interview. See, what I would do is if I was looking through applicants and I saw that this guy was deaf and I thought it would hinder, I just wouldn't contact him, right? Isn't that the right option? You just don't contact him at all? Or do the courtesy of sending a rejection email? But cancel the interview. That implies that you've already set up the interview, and then it would be a douche move to cancel it. Obviously, they want you to call human resources to help set up the requested accommodations, but there is no way in hell I'm doing that. Because I guarantee you, the human resources people are god-awful, and I would never want to speak to them. I'm going to do... Ask if they can do the interview without these accommodations. Because when they say no, I'm going to say, you're fired. Next. Yeah, I got it right, meaning I got it wrong. Who writes this stuff? Which of these terms would you use for your child if they had autism and requested some support? Autistic and disabled, special needs, and differently abled. You choose not to label your child. Autism requires some support. I mean, I guess... Again, this is just not framed correctly at all. Yeah, I mean, the obvious, autistic and disabled. I mean, that's the obvious one. But I'm sure they probably want one of these, right? They probably want special needs and differently abled, or you choose not to label your child. This one seems like the most normal, so I'm sure they hate it. Oh my god, again! 2 of them that I got wrong by getting them right. Wow, that's the one they want. Using accurate terminology. Okay, wait. When was this article published? Because this seems like not woke anymore. It doesn't have the date on it, so I'm assuming that it means that this was just done this week. This is not very woke for the Washington Post at all. Let's see the results. You have more to learn about disability. I think I'm good. I don't think I need to learn any more about it at all, frankly. Ableist thinking is common and often we're afraid of it. In a 2007 study, researchers used a test designed to identify implicit bias against people with disability and found that 76% of respondents showed an unconscious preference for non-disabled people. Well, I am not going to trust this study at all if it was done anything like this, because this has been absolute garbage. Aside from 2, they were extremely obvious and just ridiculous scenarios you would never find yourself in anyway. So even if you got the answer right, who cares? Because it's never going to happen. Well, there you have it. I need to learn more about disabilities. Which is weird, because if you watched my channel for any amount of time, you definitely know I'm an autist. That's just the way it is. All right, let's see how much time we have. How long have we been going? All right, we'll do one more thing. Man, I had a lot of stuff pulled up. Let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah, I have to do this because so what I'm going to start doing now is at the end of each Friday show. Oh, of course, by the way, Super Chat, support the channel, Super Chat Jukebox, make sure you like the stream, hit the PayPal, hit the merch, and get ready for next month when the Armory merch debuts. Did you like that? I hit them all pretty quick. So, I'm going to start ending each Friday show with submissions and requests, whatever you want to call it. So here's one that somebody tagged me in on Twitter. David sent this to me saying, Swamp, I found one for you. And this is a biological man telling trans people to arm up and issues a violent threat to anyone who tries to block him from the women's restroom. And I have not looked at this beforehand, so I can assume already just from the description that it's going to be great. And just from the picture alone of the freeze frame, beautiful and brave. Beautiful and brave. All right, take it away.
If you back a wild animal into a corner, they're going to become a dangerous animal. So if you want to die on that hill of yours of righteousness and moral majority, then you go right ahead. I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make. I dare you to try and stop a transgender woman in my presence from using the bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make. This is a call to action and a call to arms to everybody within the United States that are scared, worried, have children that are transgender, lesbian, bi, or gay. This is a call to action. You need to arm up. Plain and simple. Go out, buy a gun. Learn how to use it efficiently, through and through. Because the time to act is now. You need to protect yourself, and you need to protect your fellow transgender brothers and sisters and theys and thems. You need to protect the rest of us in the LGBT community, as I'm going to do myself. Because there are lots of people like me who are not afraid to die. I love my girlfriends to death, but I would rather die for them to secure their safety, freedom, and future than to live and not have anything done. So you go ahead. You protect your kids.
Wow. And he puts protect your kids in quotations. A few things. a few notes here. One, I've seen this a lot where when videos like this go viral, where it's a trans person talking about arming up, and a lot of conservatives are saying, wow, call the FBI, like this person should be on a watch list, and the left does not understand this at all, because they respond by saying, oh, I thought you were pro-gun, you were all about having guns, blah, blah, blah. No, listen, if you're a psychotic person, and by that I mean transgender, you have the right to own a gun. I don't care. I'm not talking about that. This is, in this dude's own words, an active call to violence, and is threatening to shoot people who will not let him go into the women's bathroom. That is very different than why I have guns, or anyone else that I know has guns. Right-wingers and conservatives do not advocate using your guns to just blow away someone that you disagree with on something. It's actually for self-defense. There's a very big difference. But apparently they don't seem to understand this. Or they start saying, "Oh, I thought you guys were all for you know, people being armed." I am, but what you just did is illegal. And you're describing doing further illegal acts by just killing people that you just don't like. That's not cool, bro. Not cool. Not cool. All right. Thank you, David, for sending that one in. And one more from the Discord server. Oh, started playing. This one's been in the Discord server for a while, and I've been wanting to talk about it. And I just keep forgetting to do the video submission segment. But we're going to start doing it at the end of every Friday. So, from the Discord, which you should join if you have not already. Pagans of TikTok. And like I said, I admit I have seen this one before. So it's not quite a blind react, but it's still something to behold.
Brothers and sisters, I am back. And I'm ready for a fight. Who's with me? Grab your swords and your shields in your hands. Eat heartily, because we will be dining in Valhalla with the Almighty, Odin, the All-Father. So who's ready?
You have no right to look at a Jewish person and belittle their fear. Do you honestly think that Odin, Freya, or Thor would be okay with that?
You already know right off the bat that whatever this person's about to say is total garbage because of the way she, I guess, changed her accent to say their names. That's how you know right off the bat that this is ridiculous. And the first time I saw this, I was trying to figure out what in the hell is even going on here. So it starts off with the black woman, right? And you're already like, well, this is ridiculous. This extremely large black woman pretending to be a Viking. I mean, this is already bizarre. But then what makes it even more bizarre is this, what I'm assuming is a college-educated white woman. Is pointing out to us is that apparently this is from some long thread about how Jewish people are uncomfortable around Viking symbols because Nazis use them, is what she starts talking about. But yeah, here, watch this. It's brilliant.
Have no right to look at a Jewish person and belittle their fear. Do you honestly think that Odin, Freya, or Thor would be okay with that? Do you? Because if you do, you are in the wrong pantheon. You are in the wrong religion. There is not a single Norse god that would be okay with you stitching, duetting, whatever, commenting on a Jewish creator's videos, talking about how unsafe they feel at seeing Norse symbology plastered on people's bodies, specifically the 3 runes that have been appropriated and co-opted by neo-Nazis. You have no right. You have no right.
Yeah. You are in the wrong pantheon. Really. This is a big trend on TikTok that I think I'm going to try to go over next Tuesday, which is Wick Talk and Pagan Talk. And it's really bizarre. These people who... This is total garbage. You're in the wrong pantheon? Are you crazy? You don't really believe this? You've made some kind of persona out of, you know, oh, I believe in Odin and bullshit, lady. I'm not buying this. It's obviously fake. Just like everyone else in the current day and age who's on TikTok talking about casting spells on evil right-wingers and, you know, cracking a chicken egg into a bowl and mixing it with sage and, you know, making a dummy out of Donald Trump and saying this is going to give him diarrhea or something. You do not believe this. You are completely full of crap. And then to actually defend it as if you do believe it, saying you're in the wrong pantheon. What? Oh, man. That is something else. All right, that's the submission segment. Oh man, I just realized that I keep unintentionally making my Friday show more and more like Matt Walsh. We already have Swamp in Print, which is literally 5 headlines. And now I'm going to have basically the comment section and the mailbag at the end. Man. I am too much of a simp for Matt Walsh. All right, guys. It's been fun. Oh, I forgot. I'm finally going to start streaming some games. This time, believe it. Believe it, okay? Believe it. Dynasty Warriors and Gundam. 2 of my favorite things combined. And you know we're doing official mode playthrough missions based on official Gundam series. And of course, we're starting off with Amuro Ray. Let's do it. So, if you want to catch that tomorrow, that's what I'm going to do. And do a little bit of a living room stream where we watch another film from the the U.S. National Archives, and then I want to play some Dynasty Warriors Gundam. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. As always, my name is Swamp, and I'll see you guys next time.